travel, budget, cars. Welcome to the life of P&K. Hey everyone, welcome to another video about this awesome car. I've had it for a couple months now and I really wanted to get into detail of what I really like about this car. I know in the previous video I said why it's the best car for me at least. Now I want to show you what I really like about this car, what I find convenient, and maybe some tips and tricks that you guys have not experienced with this car if you've had it for a while or you just don't even know about it. I'm not going to go super into detail. There's like a secret screen you can have. I'm not going to go into that because you're never going to really use this in real life situation. But I want to go through detail in some things that are very convenient for me to use and I really enjoy about this car. I find them very intuitive and very nice for me, at least personally. Again, this is about what I like about this wonderful car. Sorry about me squinting. It's very sunny out here, but there's some clouds moving in, so hopefully with some rain, hopefully the rain stays away enough. It'll be a little bit better. It'll be a little bit cooler for me as well. So without further delaying this video, let's get into it and let me tell you what I really like about this car and what I actually have learned about this car. I had to make a special edit to this video before I get to the tips and tricks about this car, what I really like, and that threw me off a lot, actually, a lot, because I'm not used to a car having this feature. It's kind of weird. So if you decide to check your oil, usually you use a dipstick, you check the oil, you see the level, totally fine. With this car, it's a little bit different. When you open the hood, and the way you open the hood is 1, 2, it opens the hood, right? So it's really, I think it's worth the special edit here. And you look at the actual engine, but there's nowhere there's a dipstick. It's really weird, really strange. No dipstick, nothing. It's very odd. I never experienced something like this with a car. It's really quite interesting. So then you're wondering, how do I check the oil level on this car? So what you have to do to check your oil is you don't even have to pop the hood. It's very weird. It could be very possible that there's something that I'm missing. So if I'm missing something, comment down below because this is throwing me off completely. So what you have to do is start the car. And then you get to the screen. And the way to get to the screen is if you go to the home, you go to the car, you go to vehicle status, and you have all your stuff here, and this shows that the levels have been ran. So this is all good. I've done all these tests except this one, which let's see what it is. Oh, it's because the door is open, and I have the door open right now. But if we go back and we go to engine level, you click here and you click OK, and then you start. If the car is not running, it's going to give you a warning. It's telling you that you have to start. So this checks the oil level, and you can see the engine is being, if you listen, the engine is being strained a little bit. It's at a lower RPM. It's being strained. I still have my foot on the brake, so keep your foot on the brake. I'm not sure. It should be fine because it's in park. But this is checking your oil level. This is throwing me off because what if the sensor is not working correctly? What if the sensor is broken? How do you check your oil level on the car? If you guys know a better idea or a better way, please let me know because this is really throwing me off. Maybe I'm missing. There might be a dipstick somewhere. It might be something, but I really can't believe that we've gotten so technologically advanced to where you don't even have to open the hood to check your own level. It's really interesting. It's quite different than what I'm used to. And you can see it's almost 100%. And oil levels are fine, totally okay, everything is good. So it's really completed checking its oil level. It's done. I'm still thrown off by this, how you check your oil on this futuristic car, let's put it that way. But without that, I just wanted to put this in the video because it really threw me off. But without that, let's get on with the video. And one of the very unique features, I believe not so much anymore, but back in the day it used to be really awesome. My GTI had to program this to it actually. But with this is the key fob. There's a few key features in the key fob that I really enjoy. One of the main features I enjoy is actually when I go to work, the car is parked outside, it's baking all day, I'm about to leave work, and I'm walking to the car, I'm still sweating. Inside the car, the temperature is even higher. So what I like to do is I press the lock button right here, and I just hold it. And you can see everything starts opening in the car. And I'm still holding it. You can see all the windows are currently open. And even the sunroof, it's opening all the way. You can see it. and then you can release the key. So what this does is this lets the car cool down super quick, or at least match the outside temperature, because it gets all the high temperature inside the car away. It lets it air out while you're walking to your car and you want to get in and then turn it on. But another thing I want to show you guys with this remote, specifically for me, it's an option you can get from BMW, but what really helps it cool down is when you press this lock button or the BMW symbol 3 times. I have the remote start, so you guys should hear it's powering up right now. There you go. And then when you combine that with the windows down and the AC working, it's wonderful. The car is super cool by the time I get there. And then to turn it off, again, press 3 times. And the car is off. Another benefit of this is, let's say you live in a house or you park your car outside, and like this weather, it's supposed to rain. What you can do is actually press the button and hold the lock button. And you can do that inside your house. In an apartment, not so much, because you might not have signal to reach the car. But you can see everything started closing down. The side windows are closed, and the sunroof is also closing down. And the car is completely closed. I really love how many features this key fob has. Another big thing about this key fob is, and maybe you guys are wondering, what happens if the battery dies in this thing? Where do you replace it? How do you replace it? How do you get in your car? How do you use your car? So let me show you this. So right here on the key fob, there's a little, like a button that you can press down. So you press it down with your finger and you pull out. So it gives you the key blade. And what do you do? You're wondering, what do you do with this key blade? There's no actual access point in the car to use the key blade over here. You can, there's nothing here. There's nowhere you can put it. This is the light, so it's not an access point. What do you do? So when the key fob is dead, the door won't be unlocked. In this case, the door is unlocked because the key fob is functional, but you open this all the way, and you can see there's a little bit of a gap here. And using this gap, you just put your finger behind and you pop this little tab. I'm not gonna remove it now, but you pop this little tab and it pops out, and that's where it shows you the hole where you can put in the key blade and unlock your car. It's really simple, it's really nice, but there's an additional step you have to do. So now you're inside the car, your key fob battery is dead. So what do you do with this? How do you start your car if your key fob battery is dead? You have the little blade, and there's no way to start. There's nowhere to put your blade. So what you have to do is actually use this key fob, put it over here next to the side of your steering wheel. There's like a little indentation where it says, there's a little picture actually, if you guys can see it, little picture where it shows the key. All you have to do is put it here, hold it there, and press the start button. That's it. It's easy as that if your key fob dies. A really awesome thing I enjoy is when I go to the grocery store, I'm walking out with a bunch of bags, my key is actually in my pocket. A lot of SUVs have this now, but this is super simplistic to use this car. All you have to do is walk to the car and just kick it, and you can see it opens up. A lot of people think that you actually have to swipe your leg or kick with your left, do this thing with your right, all sorts of things. No, actually all you have to do is walk to the car, just kick, and that's it. It closes down with a warning, and you're set. It's starting to drizzle here, so this is actually the perfect timing. I'm going to show you one more thing that I like about this car that maybe not a lot of people use, which to me, it helps protect the paint a little bit. And then I'm going to go inside and show you guys what I really like about the inside, because there's a lot of stuff. But this real simple thing is right here with the gas cap. You can see there's a little holder here for the gas cap. So when you open the gas cap, you put it right here, and it rests right there. The gas cap rests here. So that way it doesn't have to dangle, it protects your paint a little bit, so it doesn't have to scratch. You just have to do this. Super simple, super easy to use. So let me close this now. The rain is picking up. I'm gonna go inside the car and show you the rest of the features I really enjoy about this car. So now that we're inside the car, let me tell you what I really like, and let me just start with the highlight of this car. Is this whole i7 drive, this whole thing. It's so intuitive. It's so quickly, it's so crisp when you're switching screens. You can see there's no delay. There's extra menus here, you can go back to it, you can go to the settings. There's no delay between any of these, and I haven't been in these menus in a long time. and you can see it loads really quickly. So I love this whole infotainment system, the way it functions, the way it's designed. Sorry about the light quality. It's just the camera is focusing on different things. And a lot of the things to do with what I like about this car is this whole area here, this and this area here. One of the main thing is, and a lot of people probably don't know about this, is but these keys right here, they can be programmed to different settings. However, if you're a new driver or a different person in the car and not the owner, you don't know what you programmed each one of these key swipes. You don't know what 1 is, what 2 is, and so on. So what you can do is actually gently slide your finger through these buttons, and it tells you what each button is set. As you can tell, I haven't memorized all the keys to anything. You can see not assigned, not assigned, not assigned, not assigned, not assigned. But once you get to 7, I have vehicle status, and 8, I have sports display. All I'm doing is I'm swiping my finger. That's it. And you can see it changes the settings. Instead of having to press each button, having to go into each screen, wait for it to load and so on, you can just swipe your finger and it does it for you. It tells you what each setting is. I think this portion is really cool. I wish more cars would do something like that when they have these buttons. It would be awesome to just know what the button means before you click on it. And this leads to my next favorite feature, which is the gesture control. Again, I showed you guys in the previous video what exactly it does, but it's a gesture control. If we go to the media, let's say I'm listening to music right now, I can turn up the volume like this, I can lower the volume, I can switch to the next song, and I can go back. Sometimes using the camera it gets kind of confused, but yeah, you can see this or that. It changes the songs and you can hear the little click. Yep, next song, and so on. I really love this. It has a lot more features to it. I'm debating if I should make a video going into detail of it, but for now I just want to show you that I really like that portion. So now let's talk about this part right here. This is sort of like the main controller of the car's computer in a way, because you have like kind of like the little touchpad, which is like the mouse. But a lot of features are in here that I really enjoy as well, and maybe some new features that people are not familiar with, like this one, this button right here, the auto hold. What this button does is, it basically, once you come to a complete stop with the car, you don't have to hold your foot on the brake. So we can test it right here. I can put the car in drive, and you can see I'm taking my foot off the brake. See, my foot is off the brake. This foot is not touching the brake. The car is not going anywhere. So this is what the auto hold does. I don't use that button too much. The reason is I like to use my foot on the brake when I drive, but when you're like waiting in a drive-through or you're going in stop and go traffic, this feature lets your leg rest a lot. It's very, very useful. It can come very handy. The rest is really simple. You have your modes here. You have your like parking sensors when you want them to turn on, which is like this. The feature I really like about this is the 360 view. The X3s get this, I believe, with the M340s. You can get this with an option, but this is I believe this is an extra option too for the X30i's, but the X3Ms, I believe this comes factory. I might be wrong, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but the 360 view is phenomenal. It shows you exactly where you are. You can see everything. Like the cameras on this car are unbelievable. You have your parking assist. Also, another feature I really enjoy is if I press this button right here, I can see what's in front of the car. I wish they used this for like a recording. Instead of me getting like a camera like that, I wish they would use this for driving, recording. Another option that people might not be familiar with or they might not know about is how to set up your windshield wipers in service mode, or how you can pick them up so you can change the blades. The reason why you need to do that is because changing the blades here will be very difficult. You can't really move the windshield wipers because they're being blocked by the hood. So you just need to set them up to where you can reach them without a problem. So when the car is in auxiliary mode, so like that, it's not running, all you have to do is this stalk right here, the windshield wiper stalk, you just hold it down and the windshield wipers start doing this. And on the fourth turn, they get to this position and they stay here. And what does this do? It actually lets you change the blades really simply. You have a very nice reach, and then you don't have to like bend over and reach over to the other things. You can just pop them this way, change the blade, put it back. That's it. and you don't have to worry about damaging the paint or anything like that. And you might wonder, how do you put them back? Because this does not work again. So what you have to do is actually start the car, and then you press the button and they're down. So now your windshield wipers are changed and you're set. Another big feature that I actually find myself starting to use quite a lot, because I just recently found out about it, is the sprint option. And you guys are probably wondering, what is the sprint option? So that is, doesn't matter what mode you're driving. You can be in eco, you can be in sport, you can be in comfort. It doesn't matter what mode you're driving in, but if you want to pass a car, all you have to do is hold, it's not gonna work now because I'm not moving anywhere, but hold this button right here, the paddle shifter, hold it down, the left paddle shifter, and the car goes into the lowest gear you can be in, and then you just take off. This allows you to pass cars on the highway safely and more efficiently than having to like slowly pass the car. You can just get around real fast, real quick. And actually, it's a really cool trick, because the car just becomes like a beast. It's super loud. Back to the main feature over here. The main thing I want to show is how to remove the auto stop start. There's no button. I believe in the older cars there used to be a button right here, so you just press it, but you can press this, nothing happens. In the older cars you could do this manually. However, with this car you're kind of, unless I believe you can code it out, which I'm gonna eventually venture into that, but until then there's a couple things you can do. One thing is always drive in sport. So you change it to sport, the auto stop start is removed. You can also shift into drive. So right now I'm into drive, and then move the lever once over. So this puts the transmission in like a sport mode, but it removes the auto stop start feature. So these are the only two ways that I know so far without programming, is one, drive in the sport in any mode, or drive in sport mode, period. There's no, I don't think there's any other option unless you code it, unfortunately. But there's another party trick over here, and you can do it in two ways. You can press the park right here while you're still in this gear mode, or the lever is to the left, or you can turn the car off, and look what it does. It moves it straight into the park, which to me is awesome. I like how it automatically goes to loop, and it goes into park. This is a cool party trick, party feature you can do with your car. Another couple things that are related to this control over here for your sunroof or panoramic roof. There's a few features that I really enjoy, and one is when you open the panoramic roof first, you can see it's opening it. At least I hope you can see. I'm not sure if I'm pointing it with the camera correctly, but you can see, oh, I'm getting fresh air. However, this is not done. There's a little bit more that you can open it up, and all you have to do is press again, and it opens it extra. It gives you a couple inches, maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches of space, but it gives you more air if you wanna pay attention to that. Another thing is you just close it, pressing it once. But another thing is, if you just want to tilt the sunroof up, all you have to do is smash the button up like that. You don't have to pull or do anything like that. You just bump on it, and then you close it again by pressing on it. I think that's really neat. One extra thing is, so let's go outside the car actually to show you this. Especially if you live in Florida and it's really hot outside and you forget the shade open, you don't want the sun baking. I'm not gonna tint this portion, so you don't want the shade baking inside the car, because you can see it's very open with the panoramic roof. It's super open, so the sun gets in the car and it's gonna make the car super hot. So what you can do is, instead of you getting back in the car, turning it on, doing anything like that, let me show you a little trick. All you have to do is press this right here. There's like three little lines. Press here to lock the car, and you just hold it for a little bit longer, and you can see the shade is closing. That's it. You don't have to get in the car, you don't have to start the car, you don't have to do anything. You just go next to the car, press these little 3 lines, and that's it. The car locks itself again and closes the shade, which to me is very convenient. You don't have to, like, if you have especially like a backpack or something where you're carrying for school or work, you don't want to, like, take this off, get inside the car and do the thing. So it's really convenient and very helpful. So guys and girls, these are all the tricks that I found useful for me so far. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something from this video. I'm again discovering this car day by day basis whenever I use it. I want to show you, I want to make a video with the automated parking, the parallel parking and such on, but I don't feel super confident using the feature yet because I'm not familiar with it. It's something new to me. But I will make another video showing you guys that, because I think it's phenomenal if I can learn how to do it. Again, I'm not sure. I don't want to damage the car. I don't want to damage another person's car trying to experiment with it. So for now, I've been holding off with that. But another thing I want to do is I want to get like a Beamer code, I believe it's called, with like an OBD connector. and start coding. I think that'll be awesome because there's a couple of features I want to change. I want to change a little bit of the dash. So I'm going to eventually make videos like that as well. But if you guys got this far to the video and you actually enjoyed it, please like it. That means a lot. It helps me make more videos like this, or more videos that you guys would enjoy more on the channel. And it also helps me with YouTube algorithm, because they're very, very strict with that. In addition, if you guys learned something new about your X3, please share down below in the comments, or something you guys can teach me, like you guys have found out on your own and you really think that it will be beneficial to teach me. Please comment it down below in the comment. That's very helpful. I want to try it. I want to explore this car as much as possible. I want to try new things. I love this car, as my previous video stated, and I still am exploring a lot about it, and I can't wait to start doing things to it. There's some things coming to it, not just the camera, not stuff like that, but there's some extra stuff coming down the line. But first, I want to enjoy this car as much as possible in its like factory form. And honestly, I'll tell you guys, this has been the first car that I've kept factory for so long. 2 months, I know it's not a long time. Well, actually it's more than 2 months, about 4 months total. But this is the first car I've kept factory. The only thing, as I said, I've added the camera, and this is phenomenal. Sorry guys, I went a bit of on a tangent at the end of this video. I just kept on talking. I don't know why. You guys should have stopped me. However, if you guys are just visiting the channel or new to the channel, subscribe. That helps me out. And if you like this video, again, like it. I'll catch you guys later.